Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm, okay? So, like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of those great things, okay? I'm doing a video late because I got home late from being out working, and I was actually supposed to come home and drop my stuff off because I'm gonna paint some of my rooms, and and then I was gonna head on north, going out of town to another case, but I was like, I'll chill, and I'll go tomorrow. Okay, I need to rest, and then logged in and saw this, the officer that was unfortunately taken out. The DA is saying, okay, possibly taken out by friendly fire. Okay. Something similar. I remember a situation years ago with rapper Turk, and I'm going to talk about that because I was there when that situation happened with Turk. I was actually there working up there, right, when he came up. Okay. But let's see what they got to say. And they really did try and railroad Turk. Um, Hold on one second.
Police now say an officer killed in a shootout last week may have been killed by friendly fire. 26-year-old Joseph McKinney lost his life along with an 18-year-old who reportedly fired at police.
Tonight, a 17-year-old teen also involved in that shootout is expected to be charged as an adult in the case, facing more than a dozen charges. Hello, I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. WREG's Ashley Paul has been going over all of this new information. And Ashley, what have you uncovered?
Well, Steph, Greg, the memorial for Officer Joseph McKinney continues to grow tonight, as you can see here in this video shot today. It's a clear sign that he was loved and will be missed in the community. But what is not clear tonight is who fired the shot that killed him. 13 counts of each of the following: criminal attempted first-degree murder, assault against a first responder, and aggravated assault. 1 count each of theft of property, possessing a firearm during an attempt to commit a felony, possession of a prohibited weapon, and evading arrest. These are the charges filed by Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy's office tonight against the 17-year-old involved in the officer-involved shooting on Friday morning that claimed the life of Memphis police officer Joseph McKinney. One charge notably missing, though, is murder. And tonight, we're learning that is because the DA's office believes the fatal shot may have accidentally come from another officer. They tell WREG in a statement, quote, "We have not proceeded with a murder charge at this time because current information indicates that Officer McKinney was killed by friendly fire," end quote. It happened right around 2 a.m. on Friday when officers responded to a suspicious vehicle near the intersection of Horn Lake Road and Charter Avenue. Police say 2 teens in the car, 18-year-old Jalen Lobley and the 17-year-old juvenile, began firing shots, and officers returned fire, killing Lobley and injuring the other teen in the process. Until now, it was believed Officer McKinney was struck by a suspect's bullet. But even with this new information, the DA's office says, quote, "We believe the 17-year-old's reprehensible actions are still the real cause of Officer McKinney's death. Should a legal avenue open up for additional prosecution, be assured we will pursue it," end quote. Memphis Interim Police Chief C.J. Davis echoed that statement, releasing a statement of her own that reads in part, quote, "The facts remain that our officers responded to a very violent encounter that tragically resulted in Officer McKinney being fatally shot," end quote. 2 other officers were also injured in the shooting. Both have since been released from the hospital. It's unclear which bullets struck them. The case remains under investigation tonight by the TBI. And the DA's office says they will be filing a motion to transfer the 17-year-old to be tried as an adult. His charges carry a potential maximum sentence of 400 years in prison. I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News Channel 3.
Okay. Well, they're saying that it was possibly friendly fire. I know a lot of people say, well, why was the young man taken out? Well, if he pointed a weapon at the officers, um, if you point a weapon at an officer, you are a threat to them. and they have a right to take you down. Um, hey, I think it's a sad thing when they're saying that the 17-year-old, he's looking at 400 years now. They want to charge him as an adult and give him 400 years. I don't know if he was the shooter, if he fired any shots or not. Um, but I guess I need to look at that again. Okay. Because from my understanding, I thought he participated. The car was stolen and all of that. But I don't know if he was actually one of the ones. Okay, so they both were firing shots. Okay. But they're saying that it could be friendly fire. But with them firing shots, they were still a threat to the officer. I hope that it was not friendly fire. I hope that it was not. That would be a sad thing if it was. But the fact remains that they was a threat to the officer, and I hope people don't try and twist that. But if it was friendly fire, um, they created an atmosphere. They still created that atmosphere and was a threat. But I guess I wouldn't want someone to be charged with something that they did not do. But in Tennessee, if you fire shots and someone trying to defend themselves and they make a mistake trying to defend themselves and hit someone else, I'm almost sure that there's a law that the person who initiated the situation could be charged with that person's murder. I'm almost sure of that. But I remember back when I first started working for the police department, I remember a rapper Turk came up there. He was in Memphis, and if you all can remember, he had gone to jail. They tried to say that he had unalived or hit a deputy, and Turk fought. Hey, I felt like the way that they did it from the very beginning, it was not right, because I remember the night that Turk came up there. Turk was not even really coherent. He was on some type of narcotic. I don't know if it was heroin or what, but he was in a bad way, and it was constantly having to walk him because of of how he was tweaking at that point. And they had no business even, and it could be the reason, because I think that was dropped. I think that was dropped. But he was in jail for something else though, because I remember him being in that facility and they transferred him. But they did try and charge him with that unaliving of that deputy, and it ended up being friendly fire. But Turk was not even coherent. They should not have even been questioning him because of how he was in a bad way at that point. That was illegal. I think he had money for a lawyer and all of that, and so they was able to fight, and because they wanted to give him life. And if he had not, had the money to fight that, I think they would have tried to put that monkey on his back. And they knew that it was friendly fire at that point, because he was hiding in the closet because he was so scared, when they went into that house, So, anyways, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting to see. Um, Either way it goes, it's unfortunate that the young men posed a threat to the officers. They created that atmosphere where the officers had to fire back and take them down. But I would hate to believe that an officer, but it happens all the time, hey, it was just popping everywhere, right? And took down his own man. But they said it's possible. They're not saying that this is true, but I'm sure you're gonna hear some people saying that it's true, child. They got to spin it. But the only thing that we could do is wait and see, But either way it goes, rest in peace to the officer. I hate that those young men got out and created that atmosphere for anyone to lose their lives, to include their very own. It gives me no gratification and seeing people lose their lives. The officer nor the 18-year-old young man, and now they're wanting to charge a 17-year-old young man with as an adult and give him 400 years. Hey, it's something weird about that, because they want to give him 400 years, which I guess it could very well be sufficient, but they let everybody else out. If they could only take that energy towards all of the criminals, and not cherry pick, that would be really, really good. So anyways, we'll see. We'll pay attention to this, and see what goes on. Okay. But I would like for you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.